Good morning, world. Good evening, world. Welcome to Jew's Word. Tonight's discussion is going to be about alignment. You know, when we think about alignment, I took a trip. I went down a wormhole. I took a trip all the way back to when, I want to say, through all the adversity, everything I went through in my life, and from the beginning up to this point, and you really think about the situations that you partook in that you shouldn't have, advisements you were in that you shouldn't have been in, even association with people that you shouldn't have been associated with. So when you think about association, you know, we've all had them lessons that we've learned that, hey, you know, gifted by association, or the people that you really shouldn't be around, that your parents be like, hey, you don't need to be partaking in all of that. You shouldn't be doing all of this, that, and the third. So you think about all those things that you was like, you defended, you put your all into, you defended to the highest, like, man, my mom don't know what she's talking about. Or, you know, even when it comes to the people you date, your parents be like, that person ain't no good for you. Or you need to choose your friends wisely. Things like that, like things and mantras your parents gave you. You know what I'm saying? Like some things that it didn't apply to, but some things that it was true to. Typically, it was true to those things that we knew we shouldn't have been in. You be like, dang, bro. Dang, I should have listened to my mama. Because don't nobody want to admit that mama that they're right and they're wrong. Don't nobody want to admit that. I started all that off to say that the decisions that we make when it doesn't go as planned and the way we want things to go, that it's not in alignment with what God has for you. That's just all it is. It's all about the alignment of God. He has an alignment for you from the day you were born, a line that he wants you to walk, things he wants you to partake in, you know what I'm saying, things he wants you to avoid. And that little voice in your head is your first voice. Like, oh, it's your conscience telling you. No, that's God talking to you. It's your conscience. Yes, it is. It's your divine conscience. That's God, your divine conscience talking to you. Yes, trust your first mind. Always go with your first mind. Always trust yourself. Confidence is so important when you're on your walk and your journey trying to get into alignment with God. That's so failed to be true. Like the things that you saw in the world when you coming up, looking at your parents and you're looking at your friends, you're looking at your cousins. Like, man, I want to be like that when I grow up. I want to be like that dude when I grow up. Yeah, on everything. I'm gonna do that right. I'm gonna do something jack like that, you know, and that be cool. But then when you realize and you get older, life is bigger than that. Then you realize, like, man, I'm not happy with none of this stuff, bro. And that's when your life go to that turn. You be like, man, I need to do something better. Every year, got to do something better than you did the last year. That's the whole point. That's the whole time of everything. You got to do something different every year. And the thing about it is, the decisions you make, whether it's a good or a bad decision, whatever you consider, because everybody has their own truth. So every decision you make, which is a neutral statement, it has pros and cons to it. You could do something right and it has pros and cons. You could do something that you might feel like is wrong and it goes against your moral code, and it can have good things and bad things that come from it. That's just how it goes. It's a yin and yang thing. Life is a balance. Then you have to choose, because that scale starts to teeter to one side too much and the whole scale about to tip over. Then you have to make a decision. Do I want to this scale to pop over? Because I'm not even much caring about life right now. I'm just, you know, being fleshly minded, ignoring what God telling me, you know, turning up, you know. You start thinking about things like that. when deep down all you want, everybody out here seeking love, man. That's what everybody's seeking. Everybody wants to be loved correctly, poured into, filled up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants a Proverbs 31, but we let our scars and the things that we go through that doesn't go the way we expect them to go, to scars from missing the whole plain sight of God sending you somebody, or God having an opportunity for you because you so caught up in your feelings because you entertained the wrong thing when God been told you to leave. We ignore red signs. We ignore red flags. Man, we blow right past them motherfuckers. Phew! Come here. We blow right past them. Man, we ignore signs. We get the benefit of the doubt. Man, ain't no benefit in doubt. Who said that? We need to find them ASAP. Oh God, we need to find them ASAP. Who made this phrase of benefit of the doubt? Because ain't no benefit in doubt. What's up, Ree? I appreciate you tapping in. Little man tapping in on TikTok. When your son know that you dope, he tap in and support you. I appreciate that, Kyrie. Love you. But for real though, who said there's a benefit in doubt? Who said that? I want to know who said it. We need to point them out. Because there ain't no way that phrase should have been dead. So hey, my guy, what up, big dog? Ain't no benefit in doubt, man. When you get in an alignment with God, man, it's going to challenge everything that you built your whole life off of. That the mantras, because you think about it, it's social constructs, religious constructs, societal constructs, regional constructs, hood constructs. What's up, Alan? What's up? Appreciate you tapping in. But I'm just saying, you think about all these things you build your life off of, and you think these are the correct things, because this is what you're taught. This is what we have. This is what, you know, our parents raised us the best way they can. You know what I'm saying? I salute my mom how she raised me and my sister. I salute her. Mama raised a real one, for real. I don't know about y'all, my mama talked to me like Boosie. Get off your, get on your, hey, y'all know the words, I ain't got to say it. But I'm just saying, and her being hard on me like that is so true to right to see why she raised me like that. That mean I can make it through anything. I'm gonna raise the beast and the dog. On God, I'm still standing right here. Always on the fire. God got me covered. Always on the fire. I've been through some stuff, man. Listen, a lot of people couldn't stand in my shoes. Everything I've been through in life. But you know what though? That's my story, and everybody has their own. But to see everything I've been through, to be right here and be in alignment with God, we got to look at our life like that. We got to take time and look at ourselves. We got to look at ourselves to really see what matters. Don't engage in all the bullshit. Don't stop tapping into all of the fight videos. Man, stop tapping in a lot of stuff, bro. Like, times are real out here now. Times are so real out here. It's time out for all the BS. It's time for us to self-evaluate and see where we gonna stand when the dust settles. Where we gonna stand? Because this is not a physical war going on. This is a spiritual war. If y'all ain't paying attention, if y'all not tapped in spiritually, if you're not awakened, this is a spiritual war, man. This is so spiritual. We can't judge you, but we can judge by the bearing of somebody's fruit, and you know not to mess with them. That's what I'm saying. When you decide that you want better for yourself, better for your kids, better for yourself spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, that's the only thing we have to hold on to is our spiritual foundation with God. Yahshua, Jesus, Yahweh. Just being real. Your faith is the only thing that's going to carry you through. Because that's why I made it this far. Man, listen. A lot of times I had every reason to give up. I had every reason to walk away. To be like, man, forget all this, bro. I ain't doing all this. But the fact of the matter of is me having those two little boys that smile at me every day. Those two handsome boys that God blessed me with. Ooh, that keep me going. So we have to really take time to look at ourselves in the mirror to see what's our inspiration for living. What's our inspiration for fighting? What's our inspiration for fighting through whatever we got to go through to shield your kids, to make sure they don't experience nothing that you go through. Everybody has a story when they was a child that they didn't like, that they felt like it could have been better. But what are you going to do to prevent your children from going through the same thing that you went through when you was a child? What you going to do? Are you going to be so caught up in your feelings and your triggers and being triggered and not fight through your triggers to make sure your child has a smile on their face every day? I hope not. I pray to God you are not that parent. On God, that's lame. On God, that's lame. I'd be damned if I let my sons go through what I've been through. I'd be damned. Like, forget that. I'm just being real about it. Like, there's no way that we so caught up in the distractions that's going on around us. Ain't nobody really paying attention to what's going on. Some woke, some sleep. But if you really want to truly get in alignment with God, you got to do the thing that you're more difficult to do. The thing that you're scared to do. No matter what it is. After my divorce, I took 3 years myself to get my mind right, get myself back in line with God. And I started traveling. Those trips aren't just a trip. It's a trip to say, I apologized you for you sitting there tolerating some lame shit. That's what those trips mean to me. It's just not oh man, my brother going out of town, we finna pop out, hey. Yeah, that's the thought of it, but no, it's deeper than that for me. It's deeper than that for me. It's my nigga, you survived when your life could have been lost. And your son could have been left to fend for himself. It wouldn't have been no Drew. So what's worth it? Walking through hell in the fight for your kids, or saving your own ass from your bad decisions? What you gonna do? Barbecue or mildew, big dog? On God. On God. Yes. Yes. What do you, if you don't stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. They can put anything on this social media app and you gonna fall for it, man. You better use your spiritual discernment with these folks telling y'all. You better. We get so caught up in the celebrities and all, man, forget all them. They ain't putting no money in our mouth. You think I care about what concert Beyonce done sold out? No. Jay-Z? No. I'm sorry, no. It's cool, it's entertainment. That's what it's for. But we got to really look at life. We in some rough, trying times right now, man. You got to understand. You got to be able to withstand whatever. Because we don't know what's going to happen. But you know who do? God. So all I'm saying is lock in spiritually in line with God, man. That's the only thing you got to have to go through with this life. All this material stuff, these jobs, these houses, these cars, these clothes, these tennis shoes. Man, don't get me wrong. I like all of this stuff. And that's just what it is. It's stuff. Because at the end of the day, only thing matters is your soul at peace with everything, how your life lined up right now. Can you sleep good at night knowing that no matter what happens, your kids going to be all right? Whether you daddy, mama, auntie, grandmama, whatever. You able to put it on your back? Are you able to carry you? That's what it's all about. Can you stand 10 toes in the roughest situations in life and don't fold? That's what life is about. And the things about it is we get discouraged. We run away from God when we see things happen. But understand, when you change your mindset, you think about things, about the cup being half full and not half empty. Everything you go through, every situation, every decision you make, everything goes the way it goes is because it's ordained to go that way. You was ordained to get hurt. I was ordained to get hurt. I was ordained to almost lose my life a couple times. But the thing about it is, these things wake you up and you realize, man, I ain't doing that no more. Cause what we do after we go through something, y'all, we lock in. We lock, man, I'm grinding hard. I'm finna get this house. I'm finna get this car. I'm finna do better. You see how you get that energy after you get hurt? Let's have that energy even before we even get hurt. Don't just not even go through a toxic situation to give us motivation. Everybody has that story. Let's not that be our story anymore. Let's change that around. Let's say we learned from that toxic situation and we built on top of it, and you understood what God was trying to show you. You got alignment with him, and he put you in the future self. The visions he give you of the life that you want, that's the visions of God showing you. If you line up with me, I can give you everything. He said he'll give everything our heart's desire. You just got to stand straight up and come to God, 10 toes, and decide to make the decision for yourself. That's going to make you a better parent. Like I said, I made real after real after real, because this is so tried and true. If you're not okay spiritually, how can you raise your child to be okay? You looking at your damage like it's a light, but it's really you damaging your child. I mean, I'm just being real, y'all. What Kanye said, everybody's subconscious. I'm just the first to admit it. On God. Like what? Man, listen. Life is life. Life gonna life. Don't nobody want to struggle. Nobody want to go through nothing. That's why everybody goes with the trends. We got to really look at ourselves and be like, man, listen. Forget what they doing in the club on the weekend, bro. It's time out for clubbing for real, though. Like, life is getting rough out here, man. Life is getting rough. Y'all see what's going on in the news. Y'all see what's going on in the world. For real, though, man. You can't, man, listen. All right, y'all ain't gonna catch me no out in Birmingham. All right, on God. Man, no. Ain't no way. You don't know when nothing gonna pop off. You gotta make decisions like that about your life, man. Like, shoot, when I go out of town somewhere, man, it's like you gotta be careful. Life is chess, not checkers. Even with going hanging out, even some small like that, because I used to love to go out. Going to the grocery store, going to the mall. Man, you can't go nowhere no more, bro. You can't go nowhere. You cannot. And it just be like, bro, man, listen, let me get that Walmart order. Boy, drop it at the front door. Yes, sir, thank you. Have a good day. $10 tip. There you go, my guy. For real. Man, what? Man, I don't go in no store no more. Man, it's too much going on, man. I ain't got time for that no more. I ain't got the patience for that. Lord, they gave me a lot of patience, but some stuff I just stay away from. And it's not because I'm scared to go in there. It's just the fact that I don't want to put myself through that, having to worry about what's going to pop off while I'm in this mug. I'd rather just avoid that whole situation scenario, with the kids getting, you know what I'm saying, snatched, stuff like that. Like, I think about all of that stuff, and I pray with my kids, and I do what I need to do. But some situations like, bro, I just avoid it, man. There's just too much going on. But we got to make decisions about ourselves. When we look at ourselves in the mirror, y'all, do we want to be in alignment with God? Do we want to excel? Do we get past this box that they say, hey, this is as far as you can go in the world? No, man, my God is unlimited. He's omnipotent. I don't think I said it right. Omnipotent. Nothing is impossible for him, man. You can manifest whatever life you want to manifest. But the only way you can do that, bro, you gotta get in alignment with God, man. You gotta remove yourself from situations, and they may not be bad. Let me say this. Every situation might not be bad. It just might not be in alignment with what God has for you. Let me say that again for somebody in the back, somebody who didn't hear me. Every situation that you let go of in your alignment when God has changed you is not a bad situation. It's not bad. It's just not in alignment with what God has for you. Y'all might be going on two separate paths or two different directions. That don't mean that y'all ain't friends no more. That just mean that, hey, even if you were dating somebody and it didn't work, it was nothing bad y'all can say about each other. It wasn't in alignment with what God had for you. That's why I'm talking about alignment tonight, y'all. Everything in life, from the top to the bottom, smallest thing to the hugest thing, the widest things, everything is in alignment. Everything happens for a reason. Why are we worrying about what we can't control? Man, listen. We made it through COVID. Thank Jesus for that. But we made it through COVID, right? So everybody's stuff is slowing down. And, work slowing down. The government shut down. I mean, yes, we see all this going on. This is always happening. But this time it's different. It's a different feeling in the air. Like they said in Game of Thrones, Winter is coming. So it's nothing. A wise man once told me, once you do all you can do, that's all you can do. And that is so tried and true on God. Once you do all you can do, that's all you can do. So what else can you do? You got to put it in God's hands. You can't worry about what you can't control. If these folk, what up, twin? Appreciate you tapping in. If these folk decide, if everybody's job that's on this live, this ain't on this live, y'all share this live, man. Y'all tap in, y'all share. This some real shit right here. Y'all share this. Tap in, share with your friend, share with a friend. Let's go, man. We finna talk some real shit tonight. That's what we finna do. If these folk at everybody's job, whether you're from the medical field all the way down, if they tell you they ain't paying you no more, they laying everybody off. If all these businesses closed down, what you gonna do? You can't do nothing but walk on faith. Because who's gonna carry you through that? You can't control that. You gotta have a solid foundation, spiritual brain. You gotta have a solid foundation. You got to. You got to. Because if you sit here and look at everything on this news, you sit here and look at everything that's going on in this world, and you let that really disturb you up, and you get all uneasy. That's why I look at the news. Man, I looked at the news about 10 years. I ain't lying. WBRC. Yeah, let me go and change this. Y'all look at this stuff, boy. This fake right here, boy. Don't look at this sci-fi film. Ain't nothing but lies. They're gonna fit this come home after I done slaved at this job 15 hours and sit on the TV and let y'all lie to me after I eat this cold ass dinner? Man, never. Ain't no way. I ain't finna let myself just, how I'm gonna relax and decompress while you lying to me. Man, that's putting spirits all in my house. Hey, it's power in the tongue through the speaker too. Man, what? Man, listen. On everything, man, listen. Man, I come in this mug. I don't even listen to rap sometimes. Goddamn, I come in this mug, put on these high vibrational tunes. Meditate like a mug in it. Man, listen. Life is rough out here, y'all, on everything. Man, listen. I'm just being real, though. You got to let some stuff go, man, to get in alignment with God to where you have that level of peace that you're not worried about what this world got going on. You can't, man. Only thing you have is a spiritual and solid foundation in God, man. Because we buying these houses, we buying these cars. Oh, yeah, I paid my car. And guess what? Ain't none of this stuff still ours. Man, listen. Ain't none of this stuff is still ours. It's not. After you pay that, it still ain't yours. Because you still got to pay tax on it, right? You still got to pay for insurance, right? I'm just saying, bro. I'm just going to address the elephant in the room. I guess nobody want to talk about it, so I guess I'll be the one. One of one. I definitely will. I'm just being real, though, man. Like, getting in alignment with God, you don't worry about stuff. Like, you know, understand you got to take care of stuff, but you're not stressed about it. You don't stress about that. You know, like, man, God done brought me this far through the worst situations in my life. When you start looking at life like that, you look back at the past like, yeah, I remember them scars. Yeah, I'm going to keep on going that way, big dog. Oh, God. Man, what? All right. I've been in this isolation even before I went to L.A. God put me in isolation. Out of my dad's death, my grandmother's death, my auntie's death happened in threes. It's been a spiritual meaning when it happened. When it came to my life and my journey, my path and my purpose. So I isolated. After I went to LA to put my auntie in the ground, you know, when I came back from LA, it was deep. I wasn't the same no more. Seeing my family that I haven't seen since I was a little boy, and just seeing the love and the success, the hustle and bustle, just picking up the energy out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, God allow you to go places. Sometimes He'll allow you to travel. It ain't just about turning up and twerking on top of the Hellcat driving the boat. Sometimes it's, you know what I'm saying, it don't be lit though. It be lit, but it ain't about that sometimes. Sometimes it's all about picking up the energy, going to different areas you've never been through before. Like the atmosphere at the airport, the atmosphere of the people when you Ubering, or just encounter people at the restaurants, like picking up the energy, the hustle and bustle of the city. You know what I'm saying? I watch the hustle and bustle of the city. I watch the energy. I'm watching how the energy flow, the business side, the money making side. That's the side I'm looking at. It ain't even so much about the people who tourists like me, but I'm looking at the people who making money. The Ubers, I'm talking to the Ubers. When I went to Vegas, I was talking to the Ubers, asking how much they make on Ubers. Because, I mean, let's be real, bro. Ain't nothing forever. So you better make sure you have a backup plan and the backup plan and the backup plan and the backup plan. I'm just being 100. You got to. There's no other way in life that you can really sit here and say, this one thing I got in my life that is secure, it'll never fail. And that's God. That's the only thing. You can't trust nothing. You better trust God, because, man, when you get in alignment with him, man, things flow better. They say God favor. That favor is something serious. Yeah. If you done made it through tragic situations and you supposed to be gone today, you supposed to be in somebody's casket, and you still here today breathing, and you got beautiful kids and a beautiful family, that's God's favor, my guy. Don't ever get that twisted. If you did a bid for something you didn't do, or you went down, or you took time for somebody and you got out, and you still breathing with your family and stuff, that's God's favor. That's all that is. God loves all of us. Good, bad, ugly. Just because you got darkness doesn't mean that you're evil. God made us as a whole. He made the best parts of yourself and the worst parts of yourself and said, hey, you were good. He didn't say, oh yeah, you all right. He didn't say that. He said you were good. So when you really accept who God says about you, then that's when you will really understand the process of alignment with God. You got to really look at yourself in the mirror, but don't nobody want to look at themselves in the mirror. Like I said, you got to go through something to get to something. You can't wait for the rain to stop. You got to learn how to dance in the storm. I'll be at that mud like Lil Saint. On God. For real. This is for Lil Saint. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, life is hard, bro. Shoot. When you walk with God, man, that junk ain't easy. Who said walking with God is easy? Man. Listen. Y'all ain't nobody coming to save us. You got to save yourself. If y'all ain't heard it, I'm just telling y'all. You got to save yourself. You got to want better for yourself, man. When you remove all the bullshit out your life and you kind of just fall back and you just look at life for what it is, are you the same person without that house, without that car, without that job, without this podcast, if you had nothing, would you still be the same person? Would you? That's a hard question for anybody. That's a hard question for anybody. Would you be the same person without everything that you built your life on, saying, this is who I am? Like I said when I started this show, oh, I want to be like that, or I want to be like, oh, I like that, I'm going to get something like that when I get. We just picking ideas off of people and building ourselves up. God didn't say do that. Man, listen, we supposed to seek ye the kingdom of God. Seek ye the kingdom of God. You want to go somewhere like seek ye the kingdom of God. I'm telling you, seek ye the kingdom of God. God's way is his way. He has a plan for every part of your life, from the smallest thing to the largest things. That's why I said before, if we're not in alignment with God and the decisions we're making not in alignment with him, it's not going to make it. I don't care if you 5 years in. That don't mean it's making it. It ain't forever. Shh. All right. The only good thing that comes out of our mistakes in life is our beautiful children. That's it. Our beautiful children and the lesson that we learn from those situations. Experience is the father of learning. Repetition is the father of learning. You got to go through experience. You can't sit in the house and be like, oh, I don't want to hang out because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to experience life. But you got to be smart about it. It's chess, not checkers. I'm just saying. Just be smart about going out. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just be smart about it. But you're going to learn life through experience. You learn, okay, boom, I ain't going to do that no more. That's a lesson that you learn, boom. And then we use that energy after we've been hurt to, I'm finna level up, I'm finna level up. Let's have that attitude throughout all of that. We're going to work hard to level up. That's the whole goal, is to level up. It's not to stay where we are. It's not to get comfortable. Because life goes. If you're going to roll with the punches, life changes. If you can't roll with the punches, then, you're going to get left behind. We got this technology going, bro. We jump crazy. We talk to a whole world through a phone, bro. Am I the only one that's not in the Matrix? Bro, what's going on, man? Like, that's crazy, bro. This technology is crazy, though, bro. And it's just a testament to how life goes, man. You got to be in alignment with God, man. All this stuff going on, man, it's not going to get no better. If you in your Bible, you know it's not going to get no better. It's not. It's not. So I'm not going to even sit there and lie to y'all and say, oh, it's going to get better. It's not going to get better. But the only covering you have is if you want to cover on the blood of God, Jesus, Yahweh, Yahshua, however you prefer. That's our only way out. And we have to get in alignment with him. It's time out for all the BS and the bull job, man, for real. We gotta line up with God, man, because it's getting real out here. This is the season of the great awakening. If you're not awake in this time and you don't see what's really going on and you still blinded by the matrix, then Godspeed. That's all you can say. Because it say, you know what I'm saying, you can try to give it to somebody, but if they don't want it, God say shake the dust off your feet and move. Skirt, skirt. Be out of like Gumby. It's been 1 foot slide. Alright. That's how we gotta be out of them situations, man. That mean us no good, man. When you look at your life and your dreams and the things you want to accomplish for you and your kids, if the situation you in right now while you laying in your bed with your bunny rubbing your crusted feet together, is it everything in your life right now, is it pushing you and is lining up with everything that you want to do that God told you, this is what I have for you? Is it lining up with what God says? Is what you in right now pushing you towards your dream or pulling you away from it? Or slowing you down? Either you hot or you cold. Ain't no in between. For real. You gotta be like that, man. You can't. When you realize the importance of your energy. That's why I said I've been in isolation for a while. Because my energy, I'm not going to say, you know what I'm saying, my situation probably wasn't toxic, but I just wasn't giving my all. I wasn't. Because I was hurt. But you got to heal and work on yourself though, right? So them things, like when you go through life and you're healing, you're always healing from something. You're never through healing. But when you're healing, you have to still move. You can't just lay on the ground and cry in a puddle for 3 years and heal. No, you got to keep moving through life and living and experiencing life. God said live. Man, when Jesus got older than he got up out of Jerusalem. Y'all didn't see that? I mean, y'all didn't see it, but I mean, y'all ain't read that? He got up out of Jerusalem. Jesus ain't never said that you got to be in that church on Sunday, every Sunday. He never said that. He didn't. Jesus was out being about his Father's business and working in his purpose. That was his purpose. That was Jesus' purpose. So are you working in your purpose? Are you walking in your purpose? That's why I said we all should look at ourselves. Because I look at myself, that's why I'm in this isolation. This is a healing. This is an elevation. This is a transformation. It ain't about nobody. It ain't about, man, I don't fool with y'all. It ain't even much about that. This is about me. This isolation is about me. Nobody on the face of this earth should ever have to explain or feel like they have to explain what's doing what's best for them. Nobody should ever do that. That's why I say you should never do that. Because if they in your circle, they gonna understand. If they don't understand, then they're not in your circle. What's understood don't have to be explained. But God's purpose trumps everything. But there's no love lost. I'm just being isolated. That's in my ABN fam. I know I ain't been on the game with y'all. I ain't been tapping in with y'all. You know, man, God been working on me. He got me on this purpose, this voice, my podcast, me talking. This is my purpose. I have to come to y'all from what God sends me. That's why I make these videos. It ain't just for fun. This is calling. Destiny. But I'm just saying, man, like, this is what life is all about. We got to get in alignment with God, man. We do. Because I don't care what make you feel good. I don't care what you go home to every night. I don't care what your bank account looking like. I don't care what you pull up in your driveway in. I don't care what you spent on your vacation. If you ain't spiritual aligned with God, bro, that don't mean nothing. Because if he didn't give it to you, hey. But we got to understand, though, man, that spiritual foundation, that's the solid foundation. He said we are more than conquerors. He said we shall do greater things. He said greater things. That's greater than him. Let that marinate. Jesus said we should do greater things. We should do greater things, greater than him. So why do we hold ourselves back and being distracted by the little stuff that we know it ain't good for, but we entertain it? We do. And wonder why it take us so long to get our life on track. Because we ain't in alignment with God. That's why. That's what it comes down to on everything. You got to have an ego death when you go into alignment with God. That ego got to die. Y'all put F1 in the comments for me. I'm sorry. Y'all put F1 in the comments. Ego removal. I'm sorry. Ego removal, y'all. Forgive me. I'm sorry, TikTok. Ego removal. Please put F1 in the comments, y'all. I don't want to shut it down. But yes, you have to go through an ego removal when you trying to get in alignment with God and walk in your purpose. You have to. Because where you are now and what you have now, it cannot go with you to that next level. It can't go with you to the next level. And it might not be the best. You might not be in the bad spot. You might be living lavish. But if God ain't got that for you, it's just not for you. It's nothing with that person or where you are, that job or that area or whatever. Like the life you got, you feel like you did good for yourself. That's cool. I salute you. I felt the same way. But when God come knocking on your door and said you could do better, how? How, Sway? Come here, let me talk to you, let me show you. Then you have to sit in a full body mirror, a divine mirror at that, and he show you yourself from when you were a little boy all the way to where you are now. You have to make a decision. What you gonna do? You gonna barbecue a mildew? You wanna keep going through these cycles? Or you wanna elevate and go to the next level of what I have for you? That's what everybody gonna have to come to, that fork in the road in their life. Some people at that fork in the road right now, and they laying down. They got a whole campsite. They camping out. We're going to sit on this decision for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? It be like that though. Man, I promise you, this is not an easy journey, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen. Cats, dogs, chickens, elderly people, and twerkers. But yeah, you got to make a decision. Everybody, we have to make a decision on our life. What you want to do? You want to barbecue or mildew? Come on, TikTok. Y'all tap on the screen. Y'all show your boy some love. I'm trying to get y'all algorithm. Let's go. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Y'all share, like, and subscribe, baby. Share, like, and subscribe. Man, changing careers like I have, starting fresh, learning new things was definitely an ego distraction. Oh, yeah. On God's way. Yes. Yes. When you get so comfortable and you in that same situation over and over again, and you be like, man, I ain't never leaving here. Man, don't never say that, bro. You speak life. But God will show you something different. God definitely will. Being one of the best in my field is pretty much a baby made me changing my thought process. Oh, yeah. Yes. When you decide, when God's telling you, tap you on your shoulder, because the situation ain't getting no better. He gonna let stuff start failing around you till you make your decision and go the other direction. That's what he gonna let happen. Because you're gonna go voluntarily or involuntarily. That's how God works. Because he said the ones who run from him, he chased. He chased them. He run you down. Come here. He running you down. On everything. And if you got distractions around you, you can't hear God. You can't. You got people that don't mean you no good, people that jealous of you, people don't care about you for real. They just with you because of your status, or because you pretty, because you popular, or because you got money, or you know what I'm saying, because you make it and you know they know if you make it that you gonna break them out. Like, man, listen, if I make it and I fall off, are they still gonna be standing right there next to you? We gotta really vet. I said it right, y'all, because I've been messing that word up for a while now. I've been saying Vicks. I've been to say vet. But yeah, you got to vet the people that's around you, though. You got to. You have to vet your circle. You have to vet your family. You have to vet everybody, bro, because everybody ain't for you. And sometimes you're going to lose people along this journey, and God is going to align you with the people that's supposed to be around you. Because you got to position yourself to receive blessings from God, man. Man, money is a frequency. You got to position yourself. It's how your thought process is about money. The people that are rich versus how we are, their mindset is different. But I've changed my mindset on a lot of things. That's why you got to go through that isolation, that journey to get in alignment. You got to look at money different. People always say, oh, money, the love of money is the root of all evil. No. Money is a frequency. And you need money to survive, right? And everything in this world is God's, right? God make rich people just like selling your soul can make you rich. But you just got to be in alignment with God. That's what you got to understand. Man, listen. Everything is not real. Everything you see on these phones and everything you see on the TV or you read in certain books, bro, everything has been tampered with from the top to the bottom, inside and out. Only thing you have is your faith that cannot be tampered with. It's the only thing in this world that can't be tampered with is your faith. And that's a bar. I need to write that down. It's going to be a status in 2 days on y'all. Just make sure y'all like it. Like it, share, and love it. Yeah. But yes. For real. That's real. You can't. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Because we have to really look at ourselves. You have to really sit back and analyze and really look at it. That's the only thing we have. The only thing that can't be tampered with is your faith. That's the only thing in this world that cannot be tampered with is your faith. But God said he's always there. His unchanging hand. Only thing changes us. We're ordained to go through the things we do because it wakes us up. It's supposed to wake you up to remind you of who you are and what you don't deserve. How you going to find out what love is if you don't have to go through situations that showed you what love isn't? That's how you learn things in life. It's okay. I've grown to know that it's okay. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. That was hard for me at first. When my dad died, man, my Uncle Paul was like, Julius, you okay? And I was like, I'm good, Unc. He just stared at me. He said, you know it's okay not to be okay, right? You know it is okay to not be okay, right? Man, I cried in the car that night. Oh, God. Man, I cried in the car that night. I was like, man. That comment like that pierced my soul, man. And man, listen. Like I said, all the deaths in my family, my dad, my grandma, auntie, it's definitely been a lesson for me. And it's not looking for sympathy or nothing like that. Like, I don't need no sympathy. But it's amazing how we learn a lot more from our parent and our loved ones when they die. Because the things, when they hear, they tell you stuff, you be like, oh, okay. You know, after a while you hear something, you're like, oh, okay. Then when they're gone, then those words stick out, they kick in. Like, that's how life is, man. My life started for real when my dad passed. And that's a deep statement. And I can sit up here today, 10 toes down, my daddy pitch over my head, put my right hand in God and say that. Yes. Spiritual journey alignment. You definitely, you definitely going to experience some things. And I can talk about it now because Lord knows we done been through the fire about it. But talking about alignment, man, listen. My divorce and my dad died. Boom, my life started. Okay. Fresh start, brand new everything. And through each death, my grandmother, Miss Hattie Park, I love you, Grandma. I miss you. Rest in peace. My Auntie Prudence, rest in peace, Auntie Prudence. I love you too. I got a new level and a new idea and a new knowledge and a new level of wisdom about life because they were so full of wisdom. My dad always told me, Jew, be like a duck in the rain no matter what in life. Let it roll down your back and never let them see you sweat. My Grandma Parker told me, Jew, as long as you stick with God, he'll stick with you. And that's been so tried and true because I never lost my faith. Then my Auntie Prue, what she taught me was, it's your job to find out your purpose in life. It's your job to find out your purpose in life. And you have to commit to your purpose. Commit to it. My auntie taught me that because my auntie is from here. And she flew clean way across the country, California, early 60s. To stay with our cousin. And trailblazer. One of the first 20 women to pass the LAPD Academy. And they were called police women then, quote unquote police women. The 21st black women to be able to pass the LAPD Academy and become LAPD. And that's like, what? And I didn't understand. I knew my auntie was a sergeant at, LAPD. She's a sergeant of the LAPD. Yeah. But I didn't think about it in that depth until after she passed and I heard her true story because you don't really know. You don't really know a full person. You know, okay, this is my auntie or this is my dad or this is my grandma, but you don't know them full as a person. You just know them parent to child. Then you know them adult to a certain extent. It's as you grow older, but when they pass, you don't know the full, the things that they never told you until after they pass, and you realize, like, dang, they really were beautiful people. I can honestly say that. Like, nobody's perfect, but I've gained so much wisdom and knowledge, and that's really helped my alignment with God. That's why I say everything in life has a lesson behind it. Everything behind it has a blessing behind it. So you got to go through the pain. You got to be a soldier. You got to stand 10 toes in it and take it on the chin sometimes. Just saying. Sometimes you got to eat them punches. Sometimes you got to. What they say in boxing, you got to be able to throw. You got to be able to take a punch, throw a punch. Shh. All right. You been hit hard. You know what it's like to hit somebody hard. All right. You ever get hit? Oh, okay, you hit hard. Okay, I'm gonna hit you too. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just seen it. But that's how life is. How you know what it's like to get up if you ain't ever fell down? You gotta understand. It's a why to the what. It's a why to the what. It's a why to the what. What happened? And why did it make you, why do you do this? Because of what happened. What happened to make you feel like this? What happened? Yes, it is. Yes, for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. And some people crave money. Yes. But if you're a wealthy, I'm going to say this. If you're a wealthy person, and you're rich, right? And you made an honest living. You ain't sold your soul. You ain't did none low down. You ain't doing OnlyFans or none of that stuff. Alignment with God. God will put you where he wants you to be. Now, you doing OnlyFans for money, private snap, stuff like that. Now, you doing stuff like that that's outside of your moral compass, that's the root of all evil. When you do anything for money, that's when it's the root of all evil. Because you can love money. You can love money. Everybody love money. Don't you like getting your hair done? Don't y'all like getting new shoes? Don't y'all like buying new cars? So we all love money. Just being real about it. But it's all about what you would do for it. How much do you love it? If you go to the far extent of going outside your moral compass, if you rob it and all that stuff, man, yes. That's when it becomes the root of all evil. Yes, but there's nothing wrong with you loving money. There's nothing wrong with it. That falls in line with also one of those religious constructs. That's another one of those religious constructs where they make it's like a poverty thing. Like they preach you to be humble and lowly. Like I learned that, they use the Bible verse. What is it? A rich man getting into heaven is like a camel going through a thimble or going through a needle, eye of a needle. Man, listen. That's been tampered with too. I'm just leave it at that. But anyway, just because you love money don't mean you're making it your God. I like my lights being on, but that don't mean that I don't love money. You got to make money to live. How can you not love money? When you work hard, I wanted to get me a house, so what I had to do? I love money, so okay, boom, this house, I know this house gonna cost a lot, so I'm gonna bust my butt to get this money. So that's the love of money. Does anybody disagree with me? Anybody? Anybody? I get it. That's what we were taught. I get it. I get it. Like you said, the diesel was evil. Shoot, the mortgage company, shoot. That's evil right there for the love of money. What they scamming? What they giving us bad car deals, bad deals? You said something in, Cam. Think about it. The credit card scam, how they scam you out to give you high APR prices. High APR prices, high mortgages. They run the price up on everything. You don't think that's evil on their end for the love of money? They doing anything. They shortchanging them for the love of money. So that's evil, yes. But me wanting money to provide a better life for me and my kids, that's not evil. I'm sorry, sweetie. I don't agree with that. But I get it though. I get it. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I was taught that too. But I look at life different though. I look at life differently now, looking at that. Because if we didn't love money, we'll be happy being broke. So ain't that not teaching people to stay poor? I'm just saying, like, I'm just a messenger. I'm not. Some people have toxic relationships with money, therefore their perspective is money is evil. Money is a tool. Yes. On TikTok, Miss Monarch Creations on TikTok said some people have a toxic relationship with money, therefore their perspective of money is evil. Money is a tool, right? So if I'm giving you if me loving money and I'm blessing people, if I'm rich and I like to bless people and I bless to pay your mortgage, that's not evil. I'm using it as a tool to bless people, right? But if I'm using money to build me a company to swindle you out of your money and raise your bills, that's the difference. That's the root of all evil. Because their want for money, they don't care how much they would do. They will kill F1 everybody, I'm sorry. They will make people disappear. Now you see me, now you don't. They will, all of the things against your moral compass. Things that people do for money. Even from OnlyFans and everything like that. That's the root of all evil. When you doing anything outside your moral compass for money. But I get what you're saying. I get it. I understand. Yes. Even Jesus talked about money. Yes, he did. He promised us abundance. Job was the first billionaire in the Bible. Job was a billionaire in the Bible. Billionaire. God took him down through there to test his faith. To see, are you going to trust me 100% what he did? He gave him trillions after that. He lost his kids. He lost everything. His animals. His wife told him, why don't you just cuss God and die? He said, you foolish woman. That man said, you foolish woman. But I get it. Job loved his lifestyle that God gave him with money. But money wasn't his God. He know where he got it from. Long as you understand you have a solid spiritual foundation. That's why I said when you get in alignment with God, you look at things a little bit more different. When you get in alignment with God, for real. Because Job was a billionaire. And he was a billionaire because of God. So when God tested him and took everything from him, God gave him trillions. That's it right there. He doubled it. He gave him tenfold. He gave him tenfold. So I don't believe that I don't think money is the root of all evil. It's all about your actions. Money is the tool what you use it for. If you give somebody money to what they do on TikTok, yeah, that's the root of all evil because you're using it for evil. You're using it for the wrong things. If you're trying to buy a house, man, what? I want to be a millionaire. I don't know about y'all. I've been thinking about me being a millionaire my whole life. Just because I grew up in the hood don't mean I got to stay there. Hey, God give me dreams. I want to be a millionaire. Oh, boom. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get there. But it's going to be in alignment with God got in my purpose. If you're trying to do anything outside of your purpose to get money and you scamming and doing all that, bro, that is the root of all evil. Because you're doing evil with the tool of money. You're doing evil things to get money. Bro, it's hard time, bro. Everybody need to retire from scamming. Oh, God. Bro, it's too hard to be scamming out here now. Hold on now. Hey, it's too hard times out here in life to be scamming. Ain't no way, man. Y'all tap the screen. Y'all share the video. Y'all tap in, man. Let's go. I'm trying to be in y'all algorithm. That's all TikTok. Where my G7 is at. Y'all tap in, too. But yes. When God promised you abundant life, when you're in alignment with him, he said you should live greater. You should do greater things. You should do a way better life. I mean, like, he said even better than him. If he made Job a millionaire and turned him to a trillion, that's true. Why he can't make me one? Who said that? Who said that, chat? Ain't we serving the same God? Shh. All right. Man, listen. I ain't letting nobody tell me what God will do for me. Hey, listen. I ain't got to do all that. Hey, we're going to get in alignment. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want. I want all of us to have a conversation because you don't have to agree with me. I don't want nobody to get offended. It's not that serious. Like, we're just having opinions. We're just having a conversation. I don't want nobody to feel offended, okay? We just have an uncomfortable conversation. That's what I do. I love having uncomfortable conversations. I like to push the perimeter to see how far can we go? What can we understand? What can we wake up from? So this is chess, not checkers, and everything we've been told has been a lying life. So I'm questioning everything from the top to the bottom, Bible included. I'm just being 100 with you. I'm keeping it 1,000. Wow. Oh, God. Yes, I am. I just don't. But, y'all, when you're going through alignment, though, like, you got to go through an ego removal. The way you build your life up to look what you feel like you look like. Now, when you go through an ego removal, because I've definitely been going through one in this isolation I've been in, and you really, the things that you thought you were and the things you did to protect yourself really hurt you at the same time. Because remember I told you life is a balance. You can manifest a thought process and manifest to protect yourself from somebody who wants to play with you, but at the same time, it's hurting you too. Like I said, life is a balance. Every good thing you do has pros and cons. Every dark thing you do has pros and cons. God made your light and made your darkness and said, hey, you good. Everybody has their own truth. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own alignment. Your journey not going to look like mine. My journey not going to look like yours. It might not be meant for you to understand my journey. And it's not meant for me to understand your journey. That's just for everybody. But the thing is, we all have to find out what our purpose is and what our lane is. We definitely got to figure that out. Because when you think, whatever you think your lane is, whether it's a job or whether it's a career, man, listen. whatever God has for you is better than whatever thing you got right now. I promise you. Me being in this isolation, me being so locked in to focus on God, me being just present to want to improve myself, do my shadow work. It's really just showed that it's a lot of things that we do, and we feel like, oh yeah, we good, but like I said, it's a balance. We think it's good, but it's bad. It hinders us. That's why it's always so important to take time to heal, no matter what. Just take time to heal. Take time to yourself. Clear your mind. Don't think about nothing. Just get away. Like, just do things to make you happy through your healing journey. Because this journey is going to take you up and it's going to take you down. But you got to continue to do things that keep you at peace, the things you love. If you like to paint, go paint. You like to run around the park, go run around the park. You like to go and sit outside and read a Bible and drink your wine, then do that. You like to travel, then travel. One thing about it, through this whole journey, get in alignment. Because Jesus was on his journey because he was getting in alignment with God himself. But Jesus didn't stay in one spot. He moved. He experienced life. He lived. That's how he got in alignment and tapped into his Christ conscience. He lived. So if we want to live, we can't let the things of this world hold us back and make us feel bad about what you like just to fit in with the in crowd. Forget the in crowd. Forget that. None of that stuff is benefiting your soul. None of that stuff is putting money in your pocket. None of that stuff is keeping you at a peaceful place with your kids. The street's cold out here, man. The street's cold out here. We got to really figure out, it's time out for playing, man. We really got to make a decision on what's important to us. Because I'd be damned if I stay in the same place forever. Shoot, the folk that played on your top, ain't. Why should I? They did your dirt and moved on. Hey, I'm moving on too. All right, let's go. Yeah. Moving on with Jesus in isolation, baby. Listen. You gotta heal. You gotta heal. You definitely gotta heal. You definitely gotta heal. You definitely gotta heal. You definitely do. You gotta take time to heal. No matter what it is. It's not even about being in a relationship with nobody. It's not even that. It's not even about a significant other. It's about everything in life you have to heal from. You get into it with your kid's father, you have to heal from that. You get into it with your kid's mama, you got to heal from that. You get into it with your boss at work, you got to heal from that. Everybody coming at you with negativity, you got to heal from that. It's not even about a significant other, a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband. No. Because you can have all of that there and you still have your own personal journey. That being there doesn't mean that your personal journey is going to stop. No. That person being there is supposed to be the person that's going to walk with you through your journey while they're going through that journey. And y'all pouring into each other like, come on, boo. Come on, we got this. We got this. You got to give 100 100. If she giving 50 right now, boom, I'm going to give her 40 of mine. Let's go. Hey, we wobbling together through this mud. Hey, I ain't feeling good either. Hey, let's go. But I'm just saying, that's the type of person that you want on your side when you're trying to go through your alignment, when you're trying to go through your isolation. If that's not what you have, then that's not where you need to be. I'm just being 100 about it. Man, listen. We waste so much time. We waste so much time with people. They play in our face, they play on our top, and then we be in situations they ain't got no business being in. You don't think that affect our alignment, y'all? That definitely affects our alignment. It definitely does. It definitely affects our alignment. There's no way you can really sit here and look at your life fully if you're not fully in alignment with God and be like, I'm satisfied. Because not even with God, you're going to say, I'm satisfied. No, you're going to want to improve. You're going to want to do better. You want to keep on growing. So if you had a spirit of procrastination, complacency, all of that stuff, and you just, oh, I'm fine, my little gap. Baby, keep pushing yourself. Please. Do not get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Keep pushing yourself. We all definitely have to do that. Because God always has something better. They say if you want to make God laugh, what they used to say, tell God your plans. Right. One of my prayers that I pray to God, and this is on a quite regular, like, Lord, what up? Like, this is before I found out what my purpose was. This was before, but I still pray it still. Lord, let me exchange my will for yours. And that's a deep prayer. Like, Lord, let me exchange my will for yours. Let me walk what you want. Because my dreams is on sinking sand. Yours is on a solid foundation. Let me exchange my wants and my needs for what you want for me to have or what you need me to have. But be careful. When you pray for stuff like that, God is going to really take you through a journey. Because you're praying for patience to get in alignment with God. Okay? He's going to take you through a situation that's going to challenge your patience. You praying for a husband. Okay? He's going to take you through situations where you're going to have to clean up or straighten up things about yourself in order to align with a husband. You might be praying for a wife. He's going to have you doing some winter and some summer cleaning out to prepare for a wife. Like they say, a man who findeth a wife. You already are a wife. You already are a husband. You see what I'm saying? Everything we have and what we are seeking in this world is already in us, y'all. It's already in us. Everybody's story is different. Everybody's story isn't the same. But when you line up on your purpose, you position yourself in life to where you don't have time for the BS no more. And you just focus on God and your kids and having a peaceful and loving and productive life where dreams can come true. And you want to give your kids the world that you never had and enjoy it because you didn't get to enjoy your childhood for real. So you're going to enjoy it with your kids. Yeah. That's how you're supposed to do. That's how you get that bond and that connection with your kids, man. You're going to take them to do things that you've never done. So you want them to experience it, but you experience it too. So y'all enjoying it together. You and your kids are bonding. That's how you get on their level. That's how you raise them. That's how they understand. They learn things. You have to be in their world with them. You can't just be like, oh, they over there with their iPad. No, bro. Come on. We finna play some cards, bro. Come on. We finna play Duck, Duck, Goose. Let's go. But that's the whole point. Even when it comes to your kids, you have to handle a situation with that in a certain way to get in alignment with God. You have to. Because you have to be in alignment when it comes to your kids. We all need to be praying, Lord, help me raise my child like you want me to raise them. Lord, help me discipline my children like you want me to discipline them. Lord, thank you for my kids. I'm going to give them back to you, Lord, because it's not what I want for them on their life, Lord. It's what you want for them. Just help me be in a position where I can lead them in the right direction. That's my prayer for my boys. I don't know about y'all, but y'all can take that too. Please use that. Use that for your kids. Yes. But it's everything in our life. When you're elevating, you're transforming, and you're moving up, and you pushing through, you bobbing, you dodge your raindrops. You never stop it the day you take your last breath. So you're gonna bob through raindrops. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna bob through raindrops on that bike. You're gonna bob through raindrops in that apartment. You're gonna bob through raindrops when you get that mansion. You're gonna bob through raindrops when you get that Porsche. You're gonna bob through raindrops when you get that $1 million. You're gonna bob through raindrops when you get that trillion. You're gonna bob through raindrops when you have 5 businesses and you work for nobody no more. You work for yourself. You're gonna bob through raindrops, period. So if you're going to bob through raindrops for the rest of your life, why not live your best life? Like, for real. Man, listen, if we really cut out half of the stuff we do, man, that's so unproductive, Man, listen. We waste so much time on things and situations we shouldn't even be in. You really do. You really do. Because when you really think about it, what if he was never scared, y'all? And I guess I'm the only one in here that's scared, but okay. What if we were never scared, y'all? And we lived to the full potential of what God was telling us from the time we was little to now? How far would we be? If we didn't entertain things we shouldn't entertain, we wouldn't get tangled up in BS and the drama and the toxicity. What if all of us lived that life and everybody listened to God? I wonder how far we would be. That's a question to ask yourself. I've been asking myself that question for the past 5 months. I ain't lying. If you had no fear, Jew, what would you do? Where would you go? What would you explore? That's why I make sure I take a trip every year for my birthday. Enjoy life. It's more than life than working at Honda. I'm going to tell you that much. It's more to life than that. It's staying in Alabama. Just saying, man. It's a big world out there. Y'all should go explore and enjoy. I'm definitely going to do it. Unapologetically. On God. Straight up. I think we all should do that. Live. Guys, back in the day, they didn't even have a Bible. When they wrote the Bible, they didn't have no Bible back then, man. You know what they had? They had an encounter with God. And that's their subconscious, their first mind. The books of the Bible is just everybody's journey and their interaction with God. Their journey of getting to Christ, getting to their Christ conscience. That's what the Bible is. It's not meant to be held like its law. It's meant to use it and to further your growth and your knowledge outside, because God is bigger than the Bible. Ain't no way he created the whole earth if y'all think he just in the Bible alone. Ain't no way. And then that building on Sunday everybody go to. Ain't no way. God bigger than that. He's way bigger than that. Way bigger than that. Jesus had to experience God to get to his Christ divinity before he went to the cross. Jesus had to go and live, explore, look at the terrain, learn things, learn how to meditate, learn how to pray on a higher level, learn how to line up with God. Meditation is really how you talk to God. Praying is just talking. But when you meditate, you get by yourself and you just... Your breathing, your eyes closed. That's when you really tapping in. Because I know I talked to God, though they said pray without ceasing. Yes, I pray all day. But you really want to have a conversation with God, get by yourself and meditate. That's when you really get, that's when you lean in deep right there. That's definitely when you lean in deep. Yes. When you meditate. That's exactly what it is. But at the end of the day, guys, we definitely got to look at ourselves and we got to decide. Nothing accelerates destiny like mind, body, and sprint. Mind, body, and spirit that agree. That's what alignment is. That's alignment is. So what are you agreeing to or with? Right. Yes. When you're going through alignment, you have to come into agreement with things. You have to come into agreement with things. You definitely have to. If you come in agreement with the wrong things, you're going to go through things. It's going to delay your alignment with God. That's really what it is. That's why I said we got to evaluate ourselves. Nothing in this world is black and white. Everything is subjective. So you have to be open-minded. You can't just spoon-feed everything they tell you. You can't just let them spoon-feed you. You can't. Because, like I said, this is the season of the Great Awakening. If you haven't been paying attention and spiritually seeing how everything is corrupt and twisted and washed and all of that stuff, man, listen, y'all better wake up. I'm telling y'all better wake up, man. Like I said, this is a spiritual war. Ain't no way I'm going to put 100% of my faith in a book that's been changed 66 times. I'm going to use it and I'm going to reference it. Probably changed more than 66 times. Probably hundreds of times. But I'm going to use it. I'm going to read it. But I'm not going to let that be the only thing that I abide by. You see what I'm saying? You can read something about your mindset, working on your mind, neurological books, manifestation books, all of those things that's mentally put you where you need to understand that your mind is the powerfulest thing that you have. You can think about what life you want if you change your mindset. You can use that. Study to show thyself approved. You have to go and search and read, listen to podcasts. You know, do your research on things that's been tried and true. And, and you'll see what it is. I'm not here to convince. I'm just here to plant a seed. That's all I'm here for, is plant a seed. I'm just giving y'all what God has given me. But I'm telling you what I know off of what I'm experiencing through my life. Not what I think. Not what I just decided to do. No, this is from soul deep. Definitely from soul deep. You can't trust nothing in this world. I can't say what I want to say. We can't trust nothing in this world. The only thing we can trust is our solid foundation spiritually. Jesus, Yahshua, Yahweh, however you want to say his name, Yahshua. That's the only thing we have in this world to trust. That's it. I'm just being real with y'all. That is it. That is all we have. Because you think about everything that's going on, man, there's nothing that's solid. Nothing. Nothing that's solid. Unless it's on the foundation of spiritual with God. That's it. That's it. Word association is evident here. Not even your own flesh. As I said, you got to go through your ego death. I've been through mine. I'm still going through it now. Shoot, man, listen. You look at things different than when you have a mindset and you go through an ego death and you realize the important things in life and what's not important. You realize the path that God take you on, and even where you want to go, even if you feel like it's well worth it, God said, nope. No, sir. No. Nope. Because you have to evaluate your life. Every decision. Like they say, all money ain't good money. You'll be like, man, I had a good job, but God just told me not to go. You know how people just, all money ain't good money. God will help you avoid the situation because he don't want you to go that path. He wants you to go somewhere else. That's how life does. Nothing is ever forever. Nothing. Nothing is forever. Nothing. But God is, though. That spiritual foundation is, though. Like you said, what you sow down here, you shall sow in heaven. So the work you do down here, what you do down here, how you treat people, how you walk, are you working on yourself? Are you trying to be a better version of yourself? Are you leaving lineage and legacy for your kids? Are you really trying to not be a part of this world? Not be in the midst of all of that? Because the thing, like I said, the things that you sow down here, when you entertaining situations and situations you shouldn't be in, those are sowing seeds. You sowing your energy in it. If you sow here, you will sow up there. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot for you to really get to that point. Then it takes a lot to keep pushing through while you're still taking a lot from being in the situations. It really takes a lot out of you. And that's why you have to protect your energy, man. You have to protect your energy. You definitely have to. You have to protect your energy, because the thing about it is, energy is like Wi-Fi. You can't let everybody connect to your Wi-Fi. You can't do that. Because you have to have your energy to focus on what God's trying to tell you, to pour into yourself, or you on a healing journey, you working out, you reading books more, like you really trying to cut out things that's not benefiting you in your life. You're not. Well, I missed a comment. It said, the canon is another man's encounter perspective. I am a book as well. I have my own personal experience with God, and not through the lens of Moses. Right. What Cap said, that's why a lot of things I used to get upset about that small, I barely even say anything about now. TikTok, y'all tap in. Y'all tap in. Tap the screen. Y'all can keep me on your algorithm. That way we can keep this going. That's why I said, man, y'all bend a few corners with your boy. We're going to have some deep conversations, uncomfortable conversations, despite whether you agree with me or you don't. Whether you like it or you don't. I mean, it's just a conversation. Uncomfortable conversations will rule the nation. Just being real. Uncomfortable conversations rule the nation. That's definitely, man, listen. If you can't communicate, it's so many things in life. It's so many things in life that requires us to communicate about. We have to communicate with God, right? We have to communicate with God every day. We have to communicate, right? By praying. That's communication. You have to be able to have uncomfortable conversations, because a lot of things, sometimes human perspective can throw things off. You can think it's one thing, but it's really not. But if you take a step back from the smoke and mirrors and get out your feelings and look at the whole picture as a whole, you can see the truth is tried and true. The truth is going to stand. A lot going to fall by the wayside. That's what's going to happen. That's why I tell people, man, take a step back from the smoke and mirrors, man. Take a step back and look at the whole panoramic view. This is chess, not checkers. I know I used to move reckless. Man, listen, I can't do that no more. I can't move reckless like that no more. Nah. Man, listen. I feel like it was a waste of time. A lot of stuff is a waste of time. Waste of energy. I could use that time to read a book. I could use that time to work out. I could use that time to do a lot of things. You know, spend time with my boys. Like, I don't feel like that I could give myself 100% of my purpose and my kids 100% if I have things that are pulling my energy. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I can spend all my energy over here and then, boom, I'm trying to be a father. No, I can't do that. That's what this isolation is all about. That's what it's all about. Truth, growth, elevation, transformation. That's what it's all about. If you're not bettering yourself, if you're not pouring into yourself every day, you bettering yourself. You trying to do something better every day. You trying to be better than you were the day before. You try not to correct some things that you got from generational curses, things you got from dang on religious construct, societal construct, social constructs, things that you learn to survive. We got to come out of survival mode, bro, and just trust in God. We've been in survival mode so long, we think that's the norm on go mode. Man, listen, we got to come out of that survival mode. Me? Shh. Man, listen, I have come a long way. I've been through a lot, but I've come a long way. I'm just just thankful for the growth and the journey. And we all should. Take time to smell the roses. Celebrate yourself. Look at how far God has brought you. Whether it's far or not, celebrate yourself. You got to celebrate accomplishments. You got to celebrate, I finished my 3rd book in 3 weeks. You see what I'm saying? Accomplishments like that. Hey, I lost 50 pounds. Hey, my kids made straight A's. Hey, I went to see a therapist about my mom and dad issues. Hey, I understand why I was wrong. I apologize. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? We got to work on ourselves, man. I'm not perfect. I know I've done things that's wrong. I know I'm not perfect. Not at all. But at the same time, it's all about your intentions. I always have genuine intentions. You got to have genuine intentions. Like, you can't be out here trying to get one up on people, man. That's one thing about me. I've always had genuine intentions. No matter where I was, no matter what opportunity I had, no matter what job, no matter who I was talking to, I've always had a genuine intention behind anything I do. Because I don't wake up in the morning like, going for the scam today, big dog. No, who does that? Like, what? No. Ain't nobody living like that now. What it says, without communication, you miss a lot. Oh, yeah, that's true. You miss out on a lot. That's true, Caps. Alignment is healing. Alignment is clarity. Alignment is breakthrough. Yes. When you work on yourself and you break through the things that held you back, the things that were like I said, generational curses, things that you inherited from your parents, that's pulling at your life, your vices. If your vices are hindering you from doing what you need to do, then you gotta let your vices go. If you can't make it to that next level, you have to let it go. And your vices might be tennis shoes, it might be this, it might be that. Man, listen, when you get in alignment with God, everything is going to change. Everything is going to change. Everything. When you elevate, everything is going to elevate. Your darkness is going to elevate. That's why they say new levels, new devils. That's why they say that. Because God made you as a whole with your darkness. So when you elevate, all of you is elevating. So that means your temptation is going to elevate. That means your blessings is going to elevate. That means your love is going to elevate. That means your communication is going to elevate. That means everything you do in life is going to elevate. Because with God, you can't fail. You ain't no choice but to elevate. This elevator go up. This elevator don't go down. If it go down because you jumped out the window on God. But you got to keep going up. And everything in you, even your weaknesses, is going to elevate. You want to make your weaknesses strong, lean into your weaknesses. Whatever your weaknesses is, address it. Take time to yourself and isolate and put a name on it. Put a name on it. When you can sit with yourself and identify your issues, your flaws. This is what hurt me, but why does this hurt me? Oh, well, let me go back to when I was a child, and this is the reason why this hurt me. So this is where this came from. Okay, now we need to fix this. You see what I'm saying? That's what it takes time for you to get by yourself into your shadow work. That's what isolation is all about. That's what it's all about. Everything and everyone. Yes, everything and everyone. Everything and everyone. It don't matter who you are. Black, white, Mexican, Latino. It don't matter. Everybody got to get in alignment with God. Everybody got to. But we got to do it for ourselves. We all have to do it for ourselves. We all have to. There's no other way around it. There's no other way. How can we sit here and say that we want to live our best life, we want to do this and to do that and to drive this car, and I want to buy this house, I want to have all these accomplishments, but we ain't even talking about being in alignment with God. If we ain't in alignment with God, everything gonna fail. If it didn't work, it means it's redirection. It's not failures. It's not losses. It's lessons. If it didn't work, it wasn't for you. Take a step back. Don't get so caught up on the details of what happened or why this person did this. Take a step back and look at the whole situation as a whole. It wasn't for you. It wasn't. It was not for you at all. That's why I said, let's make it a habit to make that motivation to pour into ourselves, to love ourselves, to better ourselves daily. Not just waiting till after a toxic situation occurs. Then we want to be like, oh, I'm finna grind. I'm finna go do this. I'm finna go do that. No, you got to have that mindset no matter what you go through. You got to stay on your pivot no matter what you at, no matter what is it, whether it's good, bad, ugly, hot, cool, or cold. Stand on your pivot no matter what. Stand on your business. Stand on business behind yourself with your boundaries, with your work ethic, with your job, with everything. Stand on boundaries. Because when you get in alignment, your focus is different. You got them blinders on. Them horses be riding on Crystal. Them Clydesdale horses. You got those blinders on. They taught us that we need to pay attention to everything around us. Yeah, so you can be fooled and lied to. Man, listen. That's why I said, man, I don't look at the news. Man, listen. I ain't got time for them lies. They ain't for the light in my face. They ain't for the light in my face. I'm sorry. No. But we all need to realize that we all have a greater calling for ourselves that God got on our life. It's the thing that's in the back of your head, the thing that you so scared to do. Like, dang, I really want to do this, but I'm scared to do it. Why not? Step out on faith. Shh. I had to step out on faith to do this podcast. Man, listen. Step out on faith. I definitely had to step out on faith to do this podcast. I had to step out on faith to make it as far as I made it in life. Everything is a risk in life. We all take risks. We all have risks. So why not? Why not? They said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So if I'm in my loop, because that's what we're in before we wake up, we're in a loop. So if you're in your loop, and every time it's always, hey, 9 months, 9 months, 9 months. You know what? That's 3 9s in a row. Hold on. Let me go talk to God. Hey, bro, hold on. You see what I'm saying? Like, when situations just keep happening, you have God do stuff to get your attention. Like, you know what? Let me just fall back. I'm good on this. I'm cool on this for a while. Let me just take a step back. Let me go back to the drawing board. Let me go check myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even pointing no fingers. I'm just trying to see what I did wrong. That's all I'm asking. I'm just trying to see what I messed up at. Hey, listen. If I did anything wrong, Lord, forgive me. But Lord, help me see what I did wrong, what I could have did better. That's how you check yourself. Did I do something wrong? Let me evaluate myself. That's how you're supposed to do. You got to evaluate yourself. An aligned frequency creates environments where miracles feel normal. Yes. Yes. When you're in alignment, man, listen, at first it's the most uncomfortable thing in the world because it's an uneasy, heavy feeling when you get in alignment. Because it's uncomfortable because you're changing your mindset from the toxic things that you like, and you're trying to shift your focus from worldly things to spiritual things. You're going from carnal-minded to divine-minded. That's a process. That junk ain't easy. You got to change your mind, your heart, and your soul. All of them have to be aligned with God. Man, listen. One thing about it. Yes. Cam said you never understood why people wait till a breakup to do certain things. Right. That's their motive. They use that hurt to motivate them. Yes, we need to get out of that. Yes, you have to be motivated regardless. Live your life no matter who you with. And if they can't accept you living your life loud, you loving loud, and you laughing loud, and living your life loud, man, get them out of your face. Because the right person for you or the right people that's in your circle, they're going to support you 100% no matter what it is. If Cam Box Springhead, if he made rental spoons, guess what? I'm getting a shirt that say rental spoons. You see what I'm saying? We doing rental spoons. Man, listen. You support your friends no matter what. Your circle. If you don't, you're going to see the vision. The people that are meant to be in your life while you're going through this journey and through your alignment and stuff, they're going to see your vision. They might not understand it to the detail, to the T. But what I'm saying is that they understand what you're trying to do. And they're going to be like, bro, whatever you do, bro, I'm here. I got your back. Let's go. That's what real friends do. That's why I said it takes a team to go through this life. Yeah, man, for you to go through life by yourself, man. I was one that was notorious for that. I don't need no woman. I felt like that at one point in time. I was like, man, I take care of myself. Don't nobody do nothing for me. But God, going through this alignment, God really changed my mindset on a lot of things in life. As men, we can't be complete till we find our wife. Because he took our rib. So we got to put the rib back. Got to put the rib back. Got the water, y'all. A man is never complete till you put the rib back. That was a long lesson for me. That was hard for me. I ain't gonna need my cap on God. Man, listen. What it said, immediately at this point, you're monitoring spirit. Right. If people are around you when you're going through your phase and you're trying to align with God and you're trying to make it somewhere, they're monitoring spirit. They're monitoring friend. A monitoring spirit. They're going to monitor you on social media. They're going to monitor you in your real life. That's what I'm saying. When you're in alignment, you're going to lose a lot of people. And it might not be that they'll just, oh, they low down. No, it just be that it ain't meant for y'all to be on the same path together. Y'all going two separate ways. You going somewhere that they can't go. Sometimes that's how life is. They say you born by yourself, you're going to die by yourself. I guess that's tried and true. F1. Don't forget about that, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all hit F1 for me. I'm sorry. But yes. You can be born by yourself or you're going to pass by yourself. But one thing about it, through everything else, trust yourself 100% no matter who around you. I don't care if you've been friends for 30 years. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself more than you trust your best friend. Trust yourself more than you trust your brother. Trust yourself more than you trust your sister. Trust yourself more than you trust anybody but God. Everything ain't meant to be said. Everything ain't meant to be told. You don't have to tell everybody everything. Never let the left hand know what the right hand doing. Trust in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? The people who are meant to be around you are going to be around you. The people who are meant to be around you are going to be around you. They are. All you have to do is align with God. Right. Everybody can't grow with you. Right. I think I heard T.I. said that what? Trees don't hang out with the grass, even though that's what they started out at. I was like, dang. I ain't never thought about that. Trees don't hang out in the grass where they started at. They don't grow in intention. I don't want to outgrow my homeboys with the grass. Nah, they just grow. Just saying. It's nothing personal. It's nothing malicious. It's just life. It's just God divine's order. That's his order. You could want to be with somebody for the rest of your life. You could really like somebody, but if it ain't God's will, it ain't meant to happen. You could want to move to this place that you've been wanting to move to for forever, and you saving up, and you got the money to do it, but it's still a no, because it ain't God's will. Some things are a no because no, I have something better. It's like no, it's not no that you're not worthy of it. It's no, I have something better for you. So that means keep on doing the work. Keep on working. Put your head down, grind it out, stay focused. It's going to get hard. It's going to get rough. But you got to keep going, man. Keep going. There's no way we can sit in life and expect ourselves not to go through anything. And expect to think that we are perfect. Ain't no way. Because we all can improve on ourselves. We all can. But like I said, God created your darkness in your likeness. So everybody has their own truth. Everything is subjective. And it's all about your mindset. Like I said, take a step back from the smoke and mirrors and look at the whole panoramic view of life in every situation. Look at everything. What's the main purpose of this mission? What's the main purpose of this lesson? What am I learning? What did I learn from this lesson? Trust nobody. Oh, okay, then, bet. That's the lesson. But even if you go deeper than that, why did I go through this? I ignored the red flag. Why did I ignore the red flag? Because I was so blinded by love. You know what I'm talking about? See? Goof true. See? Everybody that been goofy and made the wrong decision. Yep. We all have. I ain't scared to admit it. It's part of my growth. My ego been removed anyway. Been a while now. I've been going through for a while now. But I love it. It's the most peace my life has never had. I ain't lying. Well, in that case, I guess you motivated them. I guess so. Right. Oh, you said Roselle came. Well, in that case, I guess you motivated them. Right. Exactly. Yes. Everybody can't grow with you. Everybody can't go with you to the next level when you're going through alignment. God will remove people that you never thought that he'll remove. You'd be like, dang, for real? But, I ain't Lord, I trust you. And you just keep on going. That's how it goes. Like, it's never anything personal. It's spiritual. That trumps everything, man. Listen, God said, sit down somewhere. All right, I'm chilling. God say something, I be like, all right, I'm chilling. I ain't even much tripping. Well, I got you. Yo, I said, when I came from LA, he told me to isolate. But I had already started isolating before I went to LA. But with me going to LA, man, it's just, like I said, man, we have to be like how Jesus was in the Bible, man. He explored and he didn't just go just to turn up. Like I said, when I go out of town, I peep out the energy, the hustle and bustle. I peep out the vibe. I peep out, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this is the work side. I wonder how much people make it and this, that, and that. Like, I peep out stuff like that, like a whole vibe, and it's just different energies. You can see people's mindset on their faith and how their focus is, how they drive their ambition. Shoot, man, you can see that in Atlanta, bro. That's a hustle. They getting it. And I'm like, bro, Alabama's so far behind. Womp, womp. Be like, man. But we so far behind, man. Me traveling these last few years, man, we're so far behind. And then when you experience different things, you taking pieces of that energy. Okay, I like that. I'm going to put that. Okay, I like that mindset. I'm going to attack that. You see what I'm saying? You attaching things that are beneficial to you. Besides things you attaching for survival mode. Because we grab things when we growing up. I want to be like that when I grow up. That's survival mode. You building your portfolio, who you want to look like, instead of trying to tap in with God to see, who you want me to be? What you got for me, Lord? What's my purpose in life? But everybody trying to be like everybody. Don't nobody think for themselves no more. Everybody want to be in. Man, listen. It's time out for that, y'all. Life too short. But you thinking about things, you experiencing things with success. Those are the attributes you want to adopt, where you can change your mindset and motivate yourself, where you can shift yourself. Man, listen, all right. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Y'all definitely not. Because you line with God, you going to shift timelines. What y'all think deja vu is? Deja vu is your future self telling you, hey, you on the right track. What y'all think deja vu is? Man, y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up. Change is coming. But yeah, man, that's what deja vu is. Deja vu is your future self telling your current self that, hey, you on the right track. Like, dang, I know I've seen it before. I know I've heard it before. Man, listen. You definitely have to have a solid spiritual foundation to get anywhere in life now. Wherever you want to manifest, wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to start, it starts with you mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Because me being in church, I was always taught everybody to praise God the same way. You got to look a certain way. You can't wear this, you can't wear that. We supposed to be here focused on God, not what somebody got on. Just being real about it. Don't get me wrong, I love Ron Walker. I hated when he retired. That was my favorite pastor, Ron Walker in Bethel. Man, that boy talked about Jesus to the fullest. He didn't care about what part of the Bible he preached out of. That man preached from the beginning to the end. That man didn't care about no rules and regulations and guidelines. That man said, I'm praying. And if you caught it, you caught it. If you don't, you don't. But it's just, you have to really look at life. Right, exactly. Exactly. That's true. That's subjective. But when he left, yes. I ain't gonna say he didn't turn up, because he did turn that water to wine, so he let them have a little party. So I ain't gonna say that now. He did turn water to wine. He did. He definitely did that. But God does want you to enjoy your life. Because he did say do everything in moderation. Because God didn't say you can't drink no beer in the Bible. God didn't say that. He did not. They drank wine. He didn't say you couldn't drink no wine either. He just said whatever you partake in, do it at moderation. And that's a good thing with life. Everything should be done in life in moderation. Everything, because it balances out. Like I said, you can't get too high on the good. You can't get too low on the bad. You got to float in the middle. It's a balance. It's a balance. You got to have a balance. You definitely got to have a balance, because that's what life is. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Take a step back. Everything is at a balance. Everything is all about your intentions. When you're doing things in life, have good intentions. Have good intentions. That's always important. We should always have good intentions with everything you do. You know how sometimes we used to do stuff and you really have good intentions and it never goes the way you want it to go? And so the person really thinks you really tried to sabotage something, but you really wasn't. You were just really trying to help out, but you know why it didn't go that way? Because it wasn't meant for you to do that. God said, stay in your lane. God said, I got this. That's why. That's why they say think before you speak. Think before you act. You got to understand what's your boundaries. You got to understand what has something to do with you and who don't. Some situations you don't need to get involved in. I don't care how close they are to you. Some stuff ain't meant for you to even get yourself involved in. What is that? A lot of rules and regulations are religious legalism. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. That's man laws into God's laws and use it to manipulate the public. Just being 100 about it. If we talking real, we have uncomfortable conversations. If we have uncomfortable conversations, y'all tap in. Where my G7 is at in this mug? TikTok Live. What's good, y'all? Y'all good over there? Y'all enjoying the conversation? Facebook Live. Y'all enjoying the conversations? Religious traditions. Yes, religious traditions. Yes. This is what this is all about, y'all. This is what life is all about. Having uncomfortable conversations. You ain't got to agree with everything I say. And I ain't got to agree with everything you say. But if you don't stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. You should never be swayed mentally by somebody. If you want to find out, go put in the work. Do the research. Don't let nobody mentally change your mind. Should nobody be able to sway you off of your rock when you stand 10 toes on something, whether you right or wrong. I read that book, The Way of a Superior Man. And the most thing that, I ain't gonna even lie, I learned a lot of lessons from that book. The Way of a Superior Man, the Nipsey Hussle and all that we're talking about. I read that book. I'm gonna read it again. And I read As a Man Thinketh, that Gucci Man that was talking about. I read that too. Man, let me tell you something. Fellas, as a man, while you trying to align with God, every decision you make, stand on it. Every decision you make, stand on it. Whether it's the good decision or if it was the wrong decision, stand on it. Because nothing happens in life by accident or luck. Everything happens for a reason. So either way it go, no matter what decisions you make, you're going to have positive and negative connotations on what decisions you make. So you can't worry about, damn, I'm making the right decision. Do a decision that's true to you. Do what's best for you, not nobody else. You got to do what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, you could be laying next to somebody you've been married to for 30 years. If you still ain't did your spiritual work, it's still going to be a strain on y'all marriage. If you ain't did the spiritual work, it's still going to be a strain on you having joint custody with your kid's mom. It's still going to be a journey, whether you're doing the spiritual work or not. That's why I said, no matter what decision you make, it's going to be good and bad, light and dark. I ain't going to say bad because it gets toxic, but darkness and light is a balance. But it's going to, no matter what you do, what it's saying about every time I try to do right, what's always present? All right. So it's no way you can get away from it. It's a balance. You can't live. Listen. This flesh here has been told that it's darkness, right? This is darkness, this flesh. If it's so dark and it's evil and it's ugly, all of that stuff, right? The desires that come from the flesh are ugly, but the flesh is ugly. Because if the flesh was ugly, God wouldn't have used this meat bag, stick, soup, meat soup to house us spiritually, because we have eternal life. Think about it. We're made in God's image. And we're in this flesh right here, right? And the only way for God to put us down, He had to find a body that was suitable for us, for our spirit to be in, right? Hey, y'all, this is the meat suit with our spirit in that God sent us from heaven in. I mean, y'all, we got to wake up. We got to wake up. Love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how can you say you love God? And we made in His image. If you don't trust yourself, how can you say you trust God? Didn't God breathe His breath in us? Seriously, ask yourself that question. How can you love God if you don't know yourself? We're made in His image. He breathed His breath in us. How you have faith in God and you don't trust yourself? Make that make sense? How can you sell a soul that's not yours? I picked that one up. Hey, my guy Book said that one. Hey, listen. He threw me for a loop when he said that one, man. Listen, I wish Book was on this live right now. We'd be turned up on his mug. But for real, how can you say your soul is not yours anyway? That's crazy. But yeah, ego death. You're basically changing your identity. You're removing your identity, the ones that you built for yourself. And now you're tapping into the identity that God built for you. Since the beginning of your existence, before He put you in your mama's womb. That's what you have to focus on. That's the real tea, like they say. That's the real tea. That's the real tea, for real. figuring out who God made you to be. What's your purpose? I made a video a while back. Can you find your purpose? Can you? Do you know how to? Isolation. Get by yourself. Seek ye the kingdom of God. That's how you do it. What it said. What Meech say? Oh, nobody's going to hell for drinking wine. The issue is not the wine. It's the decision behind it. Every choice carries a consequence because it reflects a mindset. Oh, yeah. If you get drunk off wine and you went down to this party with your homegirls and it's like 99 dudes and y'all, man, listen, alright. If you get drunk and you hanging out with your friend and you crash out, that's when the vice goes bad. If you sit at home reading a book, you want to drink a few beers, but you had a long day at work, you want to kick your feet up, and you fall asleep while drinking a beer every night, that's not a sin. That's called relaxation. I'm over here weak. What did it say? Our mindset that separates us from the divine and aligns us with Him. God looks at the posture of the heart long before He looks at the action. Thank you, Meech. Y'all give her a round of applause. Man, listen. Man, listen. You cooking. You cooking. You made the decision, not the devil. Man, I promise I get tired of folks talking about the devil made me do it, bro. God has already, let's throw that in that box over in Antarctica that we can't go to. Let's put that over there. Talking about blaming stuff on the devil. Man, get out of here with that goofy stuff, bro. Man, God been said that the devil is locked up. He conquered the devil already, man. That's why we have eternal life. God died for every sin that will ever be created or committed in this earth. Everything. That's how far His love is for us. That's how much His repentance, how much we don't have to repent, but we have to repent. You know what I'm saying? You repent to Him, but you got to forgive yourself. You got to forgive yourself. Because how can you ask for forgiveness if you ain't going to forgive yourself? That's another one. How can you love God if you don't love yourself? How can you trust God and you don't love yourself? How can you ask God for repentance and you don't want to forgive yourself? Those are three things that hold us back throughout this life. We got to get out of our own way, people. We got to get out of our own way. We definitely have to. We definitely need to get out of our own way. Because it really don't, man, that junk don't make no sense, man. We definitely have to get out of our own way. That's how you get into alignment. Get out of your own way. Man, right, Meech. Right. Alignment. Man, listen, God been on my head. God been on my top for a minute now. I'm just sharing the love. I'm just sharing that information. I'm sharing what He tell me to tell y'all. This ain't no game. This ain't faking. It's real. It's true. Seek the kingdom first. On God. Seek ye the kingdom of God. That's the first thing you need to do. That's how you get into alignment with God. You got to be willing to look at yourself in the mirror. Try to get in alignment with God and look at yourself in the mirror and all this ugliness and making a decision to change. No matter how long, no matter what your mama told you, no matter what side of town you grew up on, you got to change. And it's up to you to take those steps. Can't nobody take those steps for you. Your grandma can't do. Grandma prayers ain't going to get you to heaven. No, baby. They ain't going to get you there. Big mama sliding in the kitchen with them slides on. That ain't going to get you there. I promise you it ain't. You got to get to know God for yourself. You got to get into an intimate relationship with Him. We definitely have to be in an intimate relationship with God. So you have to invite Him in your heart. That's intimate. Emotions are intimate. We just been getting intimate with the wrong people. We need to get intimate with God. And once we align ourselves to get intimate with God, we'll encounter the person or the people who meant to be in our circle and who we meant to spend the rest of our life with. It definitely will happen. I'm a firm believer in that. Firm believer. Because, like I said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So either you're going to do a different action to get a different result, or you're going to stay in that loop over and over and over and over again. Big Mama prayers did help now. Yeah, they did. I'm just talking. Yeah, seek the kingdom of God first. Loving money will not get you there. Girl, you still talking about this loving money? God, man, I done had a whole podcast and you still talking about this money? Oh, my God. Well, I'm going to tell you about this. I'm going to tell you like this. But I'm over here weak, bro. Drill. Come on now, man. You still on that? I love money because I love success. I love nice things. So liking nice things are the same thing. I came from the hood struggling. I ain't finna struggle no more. Shh. What? Alright. Man, listen. I love to drive in a nice car. I like to stay in the nice side of town. I like to have nice stuff. But don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I definitely forgot where I came from. I definitely am not. Then I'm teaching my sons the value of life. I want them to value life and the purpose of what God got them. The money's going to come because God promised us that. It's abundance. So yes, I love all the money that God give me. But the money I have to go out here and scam and I don't want it. But if I'm waking up every day and I'm clocking in, I'm going to work making an honest living, and I'm trying to live my life and provide for my kids and do all of that. Yes, I love money because these little kids are expensive. They are expensive. Yes. Yes. I love having money in my pocket so I can take them out and spoil them. So I can make them happy. Yes. Yes. I definitely do enjoy doing that. Yes, I enjoy taking my trips out of town. I enjoy doing that. Yes. But you gotta have money to do it. You can't be broke. Can't go out there on a wish and a prayer. Man, listen. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong. I promise you I ain't. I'm here to lead y'all to Jesus. Not to the weed. I'm telling you. Yahweh, Yahshua, however you want to say it. I appreciate y'all love, though. Y'all tap the screen. I appreciate y'all tapping the screen. I appreciate the love, y'all. This is a real conversation. It's about alignment. I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Man, listen. How long I been talking? About 2.5 hours. Y'all tired of me yet? Y'all there? I'm just telling y'all the truth about alignment, man. This is a deep conversation that we need to have, man. Life is life. Life is life. And all you can do is just live it to the best way that you know how to. And the only way to get those instructions on how to live it is through God, man. That's it. That's the only way. That's the only way. But I appreciate y'all showing love. I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Y'all share the live. Y'all share with a friend. Y'all check out my TikTok. Y'all check out my Facebook. Y'all check out my IG. Julius Parker III on Facebook. Jules Word on Facebook. Then you got my IG, Jules Caesar. Jew_Caesar. Then you got on my other IG, eccentric.sauce. Then you got TikTok, of course, Jew Caesar. Then you got YouTube. I appreciate y'all tapping in on YouTube. Share, like, subscribe. Let's go. I've been doing this, it's January 11th when I started doing this, almost my year, man. I'm definitely going to have some special episode coming up for the year when I hit it. This has been a great journey, man. This has been very difficult, very hard. Like, a private life and a peaceful life is always the best. Isolation is for elevation and growth, not gaslight and narcissism. Everything is done with intention. Move with intention. Set direction for yourself. Set legislation in your life. Speak what you want. Stop speaking death. Speak life. There's so much power in the tone, how we walk, how we talk, how we carry ourselves, our attitude, how we move through life. You got to watch how you carry yourself, because your kids watching everything that you do and everything that you say. Everything. So watch, because you're being watched. One thing I know my son can say, man, my dad never stopped. He kept going no matter what happened. He never stopped. He didn't miss a beat with us. He didn't miss a beat with anything. He was there. Oh, God. Man, listen. Life is a beautiful thing, y'all. Life is such a beautiful thing. I appreciate the love, though. I appreciate y'all. What you said, Drill? You like having money. You enjoy money, but we shall not love it. Yes, my point, you will love money to the point it becomes your master. You cannot serve two gods. It's not my master. It's definitely not my master. Because how am I serving money? Because I'm going to work. In that case, you serving the master too. We all serving the master of money because we going to work to pay our bills, right? It's okay. We can agree to disagree. Yes, the love of it is. Rich Homie said, what would you do for some paper? When he asked you that question, these dudes pulling kick those at you. That's evil. That means you'll do something evil like kicking in somebody's door to get money. That's the evil part. Yes. But me want to hit this clock for 150 hours of overtime and take this vacation? Shh. That ain't evil, baby. That's consistent. That's focused. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. That's responsible. That's called being grown. But yeah, I get what you're saying, though, Drill. But you know, we can agree to disagree. I get where you're coming from. You'll understand where I'm coming from. I promise you will. Like I say, y'all, we got to get on our journey. We got to wake up. We definitely got to wake up, y'all. We definitely got to. Because God been on my top this whole time, man. What? Right. Sometimes you have to, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true. TikTok, yeah. But yes, I appreciate y'all, man. It's been a year, man. I'm going to do some special episode for the year. Man. It don't even feel like I've been doing this. It feels like it's been longer than a year, for real, for real. I ain't gonna even count. But, man, I appreciate the love and the support, man. I appreciate the monitoring spirits out there, too. I appreciate y'all. This has been a great run for me, man. This is growth for me. That's why I said on my TikTok video, man, listen. When I post on YouTube, man, if y'all want to bend a few corners and y'all want to grow and elevate and transform, man, tap into my videos, man. It's a piece to the puzzle, man. Pieces to the puzzle. When I speak of things, I'm speaking what I know because I experienced it, what I'm currently going through. Not just what I think. You know, it's all what I know, what I've experienced, what I've felt. But, like I said, don't take my word for it. Do your research. Keep living, like the old folks say, keep living. Keep living. Because after a while, you'll get tired of that loop. You'll get tired of that loop-de-loop. Then you're going to be like, dang, I know it's more than life than this. Because I know I done said it. Oh, I know you got more than life than this for me. I know you do. I know you do, Lord. I know you do. But just stay focused. Stay grinding. That's the main way that you get to really just focus and lock in on life. That's it. I appreciate y'all love. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a blessed week. Godspeed. God bless.